Hello and welcome to the NLC Prep channel. I'm your host, Dr. Tony Nettleman, and today we're going to be looking at some fantastic practical surveying tips, tricks, and knowledge. I hope you really enjoy it. If you do, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that bell icon so you can see more great upcoming content which is just around the corner. Let's get started.
Let's begin with the differential level. We're going to want to make sure that our differential level is working properly, and in order to do that, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a tripod, a differential level, a turtle, level rod, and hand level. So let's take a look and set up our differential level and start taking some measurements. To begin with, let's grab our differential level out of the box. We're going to go ahead and set this up because it already has a tri-bracket built into the unit. Next, we're going to level this instrument, and remember, you never set up your differential level over the point. Instead, we're going to set up halfway on a line and have 50 feet one way and 50 feet another for a total of a 100-foot line. Once we're basically level using our legs, we'll use the tri-bracket screws to perfectly level the instrument. It's that easy. And now, once we have this set up and level, I'm going to ask my field assistant to go ahead and pace off 50 feet in one direction from the instrument. And remember, 50 feet is just a rough number. Now that I'm set up over my initial point, or over half the point, and my assistant is 50 feet in one direction, I'm going to go ahead and tell Jose, "Looking at you." And Jose is going to steady the rod. I'm going to take a shot of my first reading, A1. My first reading is going to be 4.82. 4.82 back sight. Good. I'm going to record this observation, 4.82, in my field book. Next, Jose is going to pace off 50 feet from the instrument to B1. And we're going to do the same thing over again. Now that Jose has staked off 50 feet in the opposite direction, I'm simply going to turn my instrument and take a next reading. Looking at you. And that reading is 4.50. Good. After I've done this, now it's time to move the instrument. We're going to take this differential level and we're going to move it just a few feet behind one of our observation points. So let's take this guy and put it behind Jose. Now that we've got our instrument moved to somewhere nearby our level rod, it's time to take two more observations. Now I called the farthest one A1 and the closest one B1, so let's make this B2. Looking at you. It's going to be difficult because you can't really see a lot in here except for the exact number. So I'm going to go ahead and aim here, which will be at the 4.6 or 4.7 mark. And look at that. Right now, I'm reading 4.53. 4.53. Good. And I'll record that in the B2 column. Now the last observation we'll do is the farthest one back where you first started, and that will be called A2. So as Jose walks back, I'm going to check my level to make sure we're still level. Looks good. And prepare to take a reading. And I'll say again, looking at you. And that will be 4.83. Good. Now, in our last step, it's time to do some basic math. We're going to subtract A1 from B1, 4.82 minus 4.5 will be a delta of plus 0.32. Now we'll subtract A2 from B2, and that will be a delta of 0.30. And in this case, we have a difference between one set up the center and another set up next to the rod of 0.02 of a foot. And I would say anything less than a few hundredths is gravy. So we'll put a check mark next to our difference, our delta, and we'll be in good shape. So remember, subtract the first reading from the second on our initial setup, subtract the first reading from the second in our current setup, and then compare the two. If the deltas are within a few hundredths, we're in good shape. And that's it.